but they're really trying to get rid of the patriarchal fathers in the house. Because truly, if you go deeper in that layers of BLM, they really want, my opinion, they want the government to displace the father.
Right. Take place of the father.
Take his place. And that's what they're doing.
Welcome. Thanks for joining us today. My name is Brian. I'm here with Calvary Restore Church in Buford, Georgia. I'm here with Pastor Victor.
Glad to be here.
Yeah. And we're going to be doing a series called Unwavered. And the first topic, I guess, we're going to be answering your questions. Yes. And so we started with the topic that we get questions asked of us, me, maybe you more so. I do. That we're going to start with, which is BLM and the Black Lives Matter movement, and giving a biblical perspective of BLM. So I'll let you start with giving that perspective.
All right. Well, Black Lives Matters because in my worldview, all lives matter. The reason I say that is because all of us, every human being, is made in the image of God. We are his image bearers. Yeah. And so it's kind of dicey because the subtlety of saying Black Lives Matters, you don't want to offend because, of course, Black Lives Matters.
Of course, yeah.
But the flip side of that, you just can't say, okay, only Black lives matters. Because to Jesus Christ, of course, like I just said, all lives matter. So that's where it becomes a little tricky. And how do you explain what you really mean by that? And my worldview, like I said before, is a biblical worldview. So I have to, that shapes my heart and what I'm thinking of that. So when it comes to Black Lives Matters, I always felt my spirit it did not sit well with me. And when I went to the website, I understood why, because the first thing that caught my eye was when I went to the website, they wanted to dismantle the nuclear traditional family. Yeah. So when I saw that, I said, that's the issue I'm having. And of all the ethnicities in the world, the Black family, we're prone to not have fathers in the household. And so that really made me think, what else is going on with BLM?
And that's kind of what they're attacking.
That's exactly what they're attacking.
And when you say the nuclear traditional family, you mean the biblical as well, right? The God-defined definition of
God-defined family. You need that male and the role that he has, not only for the discipline of the kids, just going to work every day like the Lord said we should do as males. And when you don't see that, when you don't have that in the family, you tend not to do those things when you grow up.
Yeah.
And I know that Black Lives Matter as an organization, they know that, but they're really trying to get rid of the patriarchal fathers in the house. Because truly, if you go deeper in that layers of BLM, they really want, my opinion, they want the government to displace the father.
Right. Take place of the father.
Take his place. And that's what they're doing. That's why you can have marriages, even children out of wedlock. We don't need the dad anymore because the government, they're going to give us enough to take care of our children.
I think it's pretty clear from an Black Lives Matter, Inc., the organization, we could say that that is an ungodly model.
No doubt. It's an ungodly model.
There's a risk of a Christian marching under that banner of saying we support an organization that is against God.
Exactly. And the delicacies of that is when you tell a fellow believer that, they're getting pulled in because you want to say, oh, yeah, but the Lord loves everyone. God loves everyone. But they know that subtlety is there. They're really going astray on something else, the foundation of the scriptures of what God says the nuclear family is. So you have to be very careful of what you say about BLM. And I think they framed it, they set it up that way.
What about racism in America? Talk a little bit about that.
Well,
from your perspective.
From my perspective, once again, I always go back to my mom and dad. They taught us early in age. Yes, there's racism. You will find it differently in individuals. Everybody's not racist. Just because you're white doesn't make you a racist. Just because you're Hispanic doesn't make you a racist. it's truly racism, I believe, Brian, is a learned behavior.
Yeah.
I was thinking earlier today, if I had a little black child, 2-year-old, a white child, a Hispanic child, and they would play together and they would do everything and they would get along fine. Yep. But it's what you learn, who's teaching you these things. And to me, once again, is America a racist country, a racist nation? I don't think so. Yeah. Barack Obama would have never been president if that's true. They talk about the marriages, mixed marriages now, how many different couples or different ethnicities, all those things. So that shows you it's not racist, but BLM, Black Lives Matters, they like to play the racist card because no one wants to be labeled a racist. You can believe that. Yep. And they know that. So that gives them more ammunition, that gives them more power. So when they make these just statements out there that's not true, untrue statements, you have to be very careful how you tread and give the answer. That's why we need to give biblical answers to these issues.
And I think a good judge, I mean, I look at different organizations, and even in our history, our country's history, there's been good movements that are godly and biblical. Exactly. And what we see is they unite people.
You're exactly right.
They honor God. Mm-hmm. They honor other people, right? They do just.
That's very true. That's Dr. King, Civil Rights Movement. I was a little kid at that, but I was on board with that because he did that in love and in peace. Mm-hmm. And if you remember when they marched at the Capitol, I think it was, with all those many people there, he says, we've come with a promissory note. Yeah. This is what the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution says we're supposed to have. Yep. And that's true, but BLM is totally different. Yep. Totally different. So that's very good.
Well, great. Thank you for your opinion. Thanks for joining us today. And like I said before, we want to do this every now and then. This is going to be a new series, but we'd like to hear your questions. So please email us at unwavered@ccrestore.org. We look forward to hearing from you. Have a blessed day.